Hello, welcome to this your channel of the Beta Eurofan. That's me. Luxembourg made its triumphant return to the competition after being absent for decades, and that return was materialized with the energetic proposal presented by Italy during last year's contest, with which she will end up placing 13 in the final ranking. With this good result, the Central European nation did not hesitate to continue with its participation, aiming to keep showing the very best of the Luxembourgish musical talent to the rest of Europe. Now we will see who will be the artist in charge to follow her steps by representing the Great Duchy on the main stage of Basel. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Luxembourgish entry for Eurovision 2025, which will be represented by singer Laura Thorn with the song La Poupée Monte Le Son, which in English translates as "The doll turns up the volume." Although she could look like a nice doll, the truth is that she is not only alive but also has her own voice, with which she intends to dazzle the audience. Having said this, let's begin with the review. At first, we will see a little more about her biography and career before her embarking on her Eurovision experience in Switzerland. Laura Thorn is a Luxembourgish singer and instrumentalist coming from the country's capital, Luxembourg City. Music has been part of her life since ever, starting her musical education since very little by participating in regional musical competitions, and when she became an adult, she would decide to pursue music as her professional career. Having currently a master in musical theory, musical pedagogy, and pop singing from the Institut Royal Supérieur de Musique et de Pédagogie in Namur, located in neighboring Belgium. Nowadays, she works as a musical teacher at ESC Conservatory, located in Esch-sur-Alzette. And in addition to her singing skills, she also plays many musical instruments, mainly piano, violoncello, and keyboards. Besides her musical facet, Laura is also a sport lover. In fact, she does physical activities on a regular basis. As for her, a good vocal performance is strictly linked with having a good physical condition. The curious thing is the fact that she, being a musical teacher, will decide in some moment from being in a musical classroom to be on a stage, without having any previous experience as a performer. To clear up doubts, let's check it out in further detail. After the success and the good reception which had the first national final organized in its history, the Luxembourgish public broadcaster will organize what it went to be the second edition of Eurovision Song Contest, which will pick both the artists and the song that will represent the country in Basel. The submission period will be open in mid-July of last year for the Luxembourgish artists and songwriters who were interested in sending their proposals, closing it by early last October. As a novelty in this second edition, a songwriting camp was organized in late last September with the idea of creating possible entries to be sent during the submission period. After the deadline, it was known that 79 proposals were received in total, being a quite lower number compared with the inaugural edition. The auditions round took place in early last November, in which the 7 proposals that will participate in the national final will be chosen by an international expert panel. These were announced in the middle of that same month, being Laura among the selected ones, while the songs will be officially released in late last December. Talking about the format, stands out the dismissal of the super final, and also the visual identity will be totally revamped for this second edition, while the rest of the dynamics will remain without significant changes. The televised show took place in late last January, with each one of the finalists had the chance to perform their proposals live. At the end of the show, the voting results revealed that Laura was the absolute favorite for the international jury, while she was the second most voted artist for the public, by scoring the points needed to get the victory in the national final, and subsequently getting the opportunity to represent Luxembourg on the main stage of Basel. Talking about a doll that is not made of wax, neither made of rag. Now let's discover much more of this proposal, with which Laura will represent this time to the Great Duchy at the contest. The melody is a classic contemporary French pop track, featured by a white violin ensemble throughout the track, upside by the bridge, which has a rhythm pretty similar to electropop. Being herself a musical singing teacher, it was expected a very good vocal performance from her, and in this sense she does not disappoint at all, showcasing quite proved skills as a performer. The lyrics have been written fully in French by a trio of French songwriters, which has its anecdote. It turns out that they had the song prepared, and by then they were on the search of a singer that could perform the track. During the process, a former teacher of Laura from the musical institute where she studied suggested her name, then deciding to contact her to check out her voice, and then a collaboration between Laura and the songwriters began to give life to the track. About the context behind the lyrics, although the title gives some reference, the songwriters confirmed that it is a homage to the song Poupée de Son, performed by the singer France Go, with which Luxembourg got their second victory at the contest exactly 60 years ago during the edition held in Naples, Italy. Just like the song performed by France, the lyrics features wordplays and phrases with double meaning, although in this case the track will have a different approach, addressing topics like independence and self-affirmation, looking in a very anarchic and provocative way, break with those social stereotypes in which the woman is dominated by the man. This is quite evident after reading the lyrics in full detail, previously translated of course, where she, as the main character, rejects to be seen as like the perfect doll with which the man can play and use as he pleases. I can affirm that the song's title describes precisely that doll that raises its voice, that has a personality and that has the willpower to handle its life and take its own decisions. There is no doubt that the track is transmitting a very powerful message in expression of the female empowerment by addressing that reluctance to be controlled by other people. And this is an issue that is still raising a lot of discussion in the society nowadays, taking into account that there is still the fight for the eradication of the male chauvinism. Now that we have known a little more about the song, I'm going to analyze her live performance at Luxembourg Song Contest, which serves as the official music video for the proposal. Initially, it starts with footage imagery of that performance done by France Gall at Eurovision performing her winning song, which later gets burned to clear the way for Laura's performance right there on the stage. She then starts to perform the first verse with three male dancers that are holding her in the air like she will be sitting in a high chair, then slowly putting her on the floor, clearing the way for a somewhat peculiar choreography, where she performs movements like a puppet, while the male dancers are doing dance steps following her movements. You can see that the visual graphics feature a dollhouse using lighting in blue and magenta tones, and about the costumes, Laura wears a flirty pink dress looking like the perfect doll she relates with the song, while the male dancers are wearing full-body outfits in burgundy. This dynamic is kept during the first chorus and the second verse, until the second chorus where a couple of female dancers appear on the stage reaching up to Laura, and just before heading to the bridge of the song, the stage gets guarded momentarily, then seeing some fireworks for an instant, and then there is a change of dynamic. Laura takes off her dolly costume to reveal a sexier outfit, then starting to do a very hectic choreography together with the female dancers, while the male dancers lay down on the stage floor momentarily like they were there suddenly, then getting on afterwards to join the choreography with them. The climax of the performance arrives with the last chorus, with Laura showcasing her vocal skills while the choreography with the dancers continue, in the middle of spinning shots focused on her while still having her vocal extravaganza moment, until she makes a quick dance with one of the male dancers to finish her performance. Now that we have been able to dive more in detail, I think that the Luxembourgish entry for this year is quite outstanding. I consider that it is a proposal that has many things to offer, that transmits a very powerful message, especially by reinterpreting the essence of France Gall entry from 60 years ago, and that has high chances to convince the audience. In particular, I like it very much, and it is another one of the songs of this edition that is going straight to my playlist without any doubt. For the staging in Basel, I guess that it will be pretty similar to the one she has presented in the national final, although there is the possibility that she could present something even more theatrical, maybe by having a real-scale dollhouse on the stage, which I do not find strange of herself, or something else that helps to give much more impact. On the other hand, we are aware that she intends to attend the different Eurovision parties of the season to present her proposal live, as long as her agenda interconservatory allows her to do it, obviously. In any case, it will be a matter of time until she finally will have the chance to get out on the main stage in Basel. This has been the Luxembourgish proposal of this year for the contest. But now I would like to know, what are your impressions? If you had liked this reinterpretation of that former winning entry, or if it goes unnoticed for you instead. For this, leave your comments down below thus we can start the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. As I always remind you, if you want to support me, give a like to this video so it can be spread to more people. Subscribe to my channel and enable notifications by hitting the bell, and find me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.